I feel like we've built every week. We go in there with a mindset that we're going to get better, and everything that we do, we just try to get better at. So as long as we just keep getting better, that's all we really just focus on is getting better each and every day.
Have you felt like y'all have built the chemistry?
I feel like we built the chemistry, but then again, we all got to be ready at some point. So whether it's this person's not playing or that person's not playing, we've all got to step up to the plate and contribute.
K'Rojhn, how good has it felt to be able to play multiple games and just be healthier than you've been?
It's definitely an amazing feeling being out there on the field. It's like no other. I can say when I first got here, I tore my ACL. I've kind of put that in the past behind me. I don't really think about it as much. I just go out there and play and just try to be elusive. But just playing with the guys is really what I really might like doing the most. Just having, like that he asked me earlier, the chemistry. Playing with different guys, it just feels great.
How much did it take to get over that? Because you kind of got to about a 2 or 3 year run where you got hurt like every year. So like, how much did it emotionally take to get past? Thinking every time you went out you were gonna.
It took a little bit. It was always in the back of my brain when I got fresh off of like saying I was cleared to go play. It took a little bit, but at some point you got to say, hey, I got to let loose and go, and you can't be afraid, you can't be scared. But it took a little bit to get over wholly.
Y'all are in the same position through 10 games that you were last year. What did y'all learn from that experience last season and take into this one? Why do you think y'all maybe more equipped to deal with it?
Really, it's just all about getting better. You don't really, you do look at last year, but you don't really look at last year because every season is different in itself. So as long as we just focus on getting better each and every day and each and every week, that's all that really matters.
What has it been like dealing with sort of Trey's unique practice situation for the rest of the offensive line?
Trey's somebody who's a great leader. Whenever Trey speaks, everybody listens. So Trey's deal and him practicing, that doesn't really affect us. I don't think so. When Trey gets out on the field, he brings the mentality that we need for every game and every practice. So whether Trey's practicing or not practicing, I honestly don't really think that matters. I just think the mentality that he brings to the table is what we need.
Do you think it affects Wanya when the right side of the line?
I don't think it really affects either side. I think if we go in there with the game plan that we're supposed to go in there with and execute it, I think that's what all that really matters.
You bounced
around. How comfortable are you at tackle? Because it seems you probably work hard.
I'm comfortable anywhere. I'm comfortable anywhere the coaches need me. If that's me to be punt, I'll go and punt. If he wants me to go be quarterback, I'll go be a quarterback.
What's the biggest difference between guard and tackle when you do out there?
There's not really a huge difference. The only difference is, I think, visibly, is that you're out there on the island by yourself. So if the defensive tackle gets by you or defensive end gets by you, it's you and him. That's all there is.
You didn't come off the field Saturday against Kentucky. You got to play every single snap at right tackle. How do you hope to maybe build on that performance and kind of, show the coaches that you deserve to kind of continue to be in the rotation?
Yeah, and obviously it felt great, but I think, again, going back to saying, whoever the coaches think is the best to be out there for either that's the whole game, half the game, whatever they think they need to do for us to win, that's what I'm all for.
What was the feedback from them that they thought of your performance and why they did keep you out there when they were rotating so many other guys?
After the game, they told me good job, and I expect them telling me good job means I did my job. So I'm sure that was good and bad. There's definitely a lot that I want to work on personally for myself to get better, because I'm not content with playing the whole game. There's a lot of stuff that I have to do to get better. But this week, I think I'll have the opportunity to do that.
What do you feel like your strength is right now? Where do you feel like you're playing really well?
Honestly, I'm not really sure where my strength is, but I know when I'm out there, I just try to keep a cool and collected mind and just keep reminding myself I stick to what I know and what the coaches, what they gave me going in to be able to go out there and play. I think if I just stick to that, I'm always good.
What were the things that bugged you about your performance outside?
There was a couple times where I probably could have been a little faster, cutting off maybe the 4-eye. I remember a play specifically where I didn't get them cut off, but we got great yardage I think it was by Ty. Ty had like a 5 or 6 yard gain. I was like, wow, man, if I could have really just got to that 4 out quicker, he probably would have got maybe 10 or 20. But that's about the only thing I can really think of that really bothered me Saturday.
With the injuries you've had, has it slowed you down at all? Do you feel like you're as good as you were before you had injuries?
I definitely feel like I was maybe a tad more athletic before I got hurt, but rehabbing for the past 2 to 3 years that I've been hurt since I've been here, or when I was hurt and in rehab, I believe in the training staff and the coaches, the strength staff, and get me back to where I'm supposed to be. And so I really feel like I'm, if not back, if not better.
What was this coaching staff's approach when things weren't going well earlier in the season? What were they saying to you? What were they doing to motivate y'all to kind of help y'all bounce back the way you're here?
Just keeping a great mindset about never quitting. Those coaches upstairs, they never talked about quitting at all. That's something that never goes through our brain or their brain, as a matter of fact. Be where your feet are basically is what kept us going. Always be where your feet are, because if you look a little earlier, you look behind, it just gets a little gray. So if you just stay where you're at and just keep going and work on getting better each and every day, then the things that are supposed to happen, they'll eventually start happening.
Speaking of your feet, how much do you think being a basketball player in high school helps you with your footwork as far as agility, that kind of thing?
I believe it helped me out tremendously, maybe more than I even realized. But basketball was something I enjoyed back in high school, but football is what I play now. So I do want to say thank you for basketball, but I think football.
Who's the best player in the office? What?
At what?
Basketball.
At basketball? I'm gonna say me.
Anybody surprises?
I would say Marcus Tatum. I'd say Marcus Tatum would probably surprise you. He used to play a lot. He said he used to play ball back in the day. He said he played against Taco Fall. He actually got a shot blocked by him. But I mean, who wouldn't? But I would probably have to say I'm probably the best basketball player on the team.
When you're going through rehab, who are you leaning on throughout that process when you're frustrated trying to figure out if you're going to be able to make it back?
So for me personally, who I leaned on the most was my faith. God is very important to me, and ever since hurting myself, the day that I hurt myself, I put more of my focus in God and what He could do for me. And when I'm down, there was nobody to talk to. He was somebody that I could always go and talk to, and definitely my grandmother. My grandmother is my rock. I would call her and ask her questions, and she would be honest with me. She's always been honest with me. And I also put my faith and stepping stone in Geronimo when I was going through my rehab. After he got here, he continued to help me with my rehab, and building that trust with him and his staff has really helped me out a lot.
Being able to build that sort of relationship with not just, obviously, your faith, but also with people around the coaching staff, how important has that been for you? Just as this team that starts to improve, starts to get better, that you have a good relationship between players and coaches?
It helps out a lot. It helps out tremendously. When you're out there on the field and you're not maybe doing as good as you'd like to do, it's always nice to know that you have your brother beside you, knowing that he knows what you went through, but he also knows what you're capable of, and he also knows that he can get that out of you. And so that right there helps me out a lot mentally. And the coaches, they're always striving me and us as a team to be the best as possible we can be. And as long as we have that, I think that for me helps me out a lot.
One more.
Coach Pruitt, before the season, mentioned that he put it on him a little bit to not spend as much time as he should have on relationship with the players, and that was something he wanted to improve, so they would give more effort to close out a season. What did that look like in terms of him investing in relationships, and do you think that could pay off for you guys down the stretch?
Coach Pruitt treats everybody relatively the same. I don't really think him treating anybody any different would matter, even if that was the reason. Just going back to just working hard and just being the best we could be, I really think that is the huge role in us being successful.